Now, I'm not going to go through a list of all the things that the turtle can do. Over the coming lessons, and in fact, throughout this whole course, we will explore them and we'll learn more of them as and when we need them. But let me show you one more right now because I want to go back to a few things I said in the last video and expand a bit more on them. One of the commands is write, W-R-I-T-E. There is a write, R-I-G-H-T, which is, as you can imagine, the other side of left, but this one is this write. And this will allow us to write something on the screen, wherever the turtle is. And let's assume I want to write hello. So let me run the code now. And you could see that the turtle moved, but once it got to line 9, which is where the error is, it gave us an error. And the error here is, again, we're missing something in the brackets. You can see there it says it's missing. Ignore of these words, right? My advice for now is whenever you see words that you don't know the meaning of, ignore them. I will introduce anything that's relevant. Anything which is not important for now, we can leave it till later. You may also notice that, so this is the error Python gives us. This will be the same error wherever you're running Python. But we're also using PyCharm, this tool we're using to write the code. And PyCharm is giving me another hint here. Can you see, it's hard to see perhaps, but there's a yellow highlight on the last of these parentheses. And if I hover on it, it says parameter arg unfilled. What it means is there's something in the brackets I need to put in. So this is a bit like forward and left and pen size. I need to write something in here. Let's say we want to write hello. And once again, we can see the red line. Red is always a sign of something is wrong. If I run my file now, it actually doesn't like it. Let's remove the exclamation mark for now to get a different error message. And now we get again the same error we always got well, so far. Name hello is not defined. What's happening here? Python is looking for a command, some name it understands as hello. Like import is a word it understands. Once we imported the turtle book, forward is a command it knows. Fred.forward, forward is something that the turtle can do. But hello is not a word in Python. However, I don't want it to be. All I want is for my computer to type in uppercase H, lowercase E-L-L-O. And to distinguish between a name that Python ought to understand from just the characters H-E-L-L-O, what we do is we put this in quotation marks. It doesn't matter in Python whether you use single quotes or, as I have done here, double quotes. I'll use double quotes, but you will see them as single quotes from time to time. Let's try now. Okay, good news is we have been able to write something on the screen. Now, it is tiny and small. I'll show you in an extra video how to make it bigger, but it's not really important in this case. The point I want to make here is that in order to tell Python that these are just the characters, the letters H-E-L-L-O, I created another type of object. Remember me using these words. When I said turtle.turtle parentheses, we created an object, and this is the type of this object is a turtle. This is a turtle object. Here we've created something else. This is what we call a string, which stands for a string of characters. It's one of the basic types of objects in Python. And we use it whenever we want to have characters that are not a specific Python command, but we want to represent just those characters. And let's make it a bit different, right? So let us say here that I want to create greeting equals hello. And then I'm going to change this. So let me keep it blank for now. Line 10. Notice that greeting does not have quotation marks, hello does. So let me start from the right-hand side. Whenever there's an equals, we always start from the right-hand side. If you like, that's what happens first. This is telling Python, quotation marks, create a string containing H-E-L-L-O, uppercase H, lowercase E-L-L-O. So just like turtle.turtle parentheses created something, speech marks hello creates a string. But I'm saying I want to give a name for the string, and I am naming it greeting. Hello is not the name of the string, it's just the contents of it. These are the characters. This is the label I'm giving it. You'll hear me talk a lot in the future, and I mention it now. When we have an equals, it's as though I have a box and I'm going to store something in the box and then put a label on the outside of the box. So when I said Fred equals turtle.turtle brackets, inside the box was the turtle object I created. Not a real turtle, of course, but the Python turtle. And the label on the outside of the box was Fred. In this case, the contents of the box are the string hello. So the string made up of uppercase H-E-L-L-O. But the label on the box, the way I'm going to refer to this bit of information is using the name greeting. So from now on, Python knows what greeting is. So I can say greeting. This is the same as when I said speech marks hello, but now I'm using the label. We call these variables. Well, in Python, we call them names more specifically, but the general concept is a variable. So it's like a label where we're going to store something inside. And now you can see that this has exactly the same meaning. So we've been able to create two types of objects so far. This turtle.turtle parentheses gave us a turtle object, and speech marks hello gives us another type of object. I'll give you one more. Let's say this will be a game and we want to create a score. Score equals 0. I'm saying the starting score is 0. That is also an object. It's a number, but Python represents that as an object. In fact, it's more than a number. It knows it's an integer. It's a whole number. We'll talk more about the types of data, the types of objects we can have later on in the course. But here so far, we've seen three types of objects now. The turtle object, the integer, whole number, and the string, which is a string of characters.